Welcome to our teaching and learning video on challenge, and what we're going to be doing in this little video is having a look at the concept of the single learning objective. First thing then is have a little look at the picture on the screen here. What this is, it's one of my old PowerPoints from a previous school, and this is going back to the good old times of the almost and some learning objective. So what we can see there is in our little green box at the top, we've got our all describe the factors required for photosynthesis, most write a word equation, and some write the balance symbol equation. Now, when we've got this, and I guarantee that if you've been teaching for a while, you probably have this kicking around in one of your old files somewhere, or if you're new to teaching, then if you've been looking around at other resources, you've probably stumbled across one of these somewhere. And what we're doing here with this setup is we're actually saying to the students as they come in, and this is what greets them, the bar for this lesson is that you're going to be able to describe some factors. If you can do that, job done. Now that's actually a really low bar, and it's beneath what we actually need these kids to be able to do. Because the reality is that if we consider the kinds of questions that come up, then you know what, even those that are working at a target grade of even a grade 3, for example, needs to be able to grasp a word equation. So you know what, this is setting the bar so low that we're actually setting these kids up to fail from the first moment they enter the room. The first thing they see is, here's my low expectation for you. So obviously this isn't great, because we know teenagers, they're not going to go, you know what, I'm going for the sum, I'm going to tackle that balanced equation straight away, because why would they challenge themselves unnecessarily? A lot of our kids won't do that. That's the reality. They're going to take the easy way out. We know this from what they do in their everyday lives. They won't want to risk that failure when they can take the easier path. So what can we do? Change it to a single challenging learning objective. What we're doing here is, rather than being greeted with, here's your 3 different options, those of you that aren't really feeling like working too hard can just do that first bit today and that's all right. Instead, we're saying to everyone, by the end of this lesson, you are all going to be able to do this description and explanation of the process of photosynthesis in this case. We have set our bar higher. And what that means is that our students are going to come in and they're going to look at this and think, yeah, we can all do this. There's not some sitting there and thinking, oh, my target rate is lower than Joey in the corner there, therefore I only need to do that little bit. No, what we're saying is you are all going to be able to achieve all of this. And what we will do as teachers is support you to get there. So this is where we're obviously going to have to think about the approaches we take. Do we need to put some additional support in for those students that are maybe going to find this more challenging to get them to that end point? At the end of the day, they can all get there. We just need to find ways to help them to do that. And the key thing that we need to make sure we are doing is having that single challenging learning objective to start those lessons off with the right message to our students. We're going to be going in with that high aspiration which we're sharing with them through that one challenging learning objective. So if you've still got some of these PowerPoints or resources kicking around with almost sums or different grade level descriptors or whatever you've got that may be from the olden times, let's change it. So when we're wandering around on any learning walks, we have that single challenging learning objective. So all of the students across the school know we have those high aspirations and expectations for them in all of our lessons.